Hello and welcome to My Xbox and Me, episode 559, almost 560. I am one of your hosts, MC Fixer, alongside the one and only man on the ones and twos, it'd be Mr. Paul D. Spawn. Hello, hello.
Hello there, how are we all doing? How are we doing?
Why does he get a clap?
You never introduce yourself, so I can never clap you.
This is true.
Hello, welcome to My Xbox and Me. I'm one of your hosts, MC Fixer.
You know what? That's a really good point. You do introduce yourself.
Every single week. I introduce everybody in case somebody new comes in.
You know, he's the man on the ones and twos. What are you, Fix? One of your hosts. Give yourself a fancy name next time, and I'll clap you. I'll applaud you.
The big boss man.
Sure. Well, I don't know. I'll come up with one Crash for next week. I got you. And of course, the one who's too fresh and he's also Crash. Too fresh, Crash. How are you?
Woo!
Good.
Jesus, there's a lot of wooing. There's a lot of wooing. I told you lot. We might have IGN people coming over this week. Behave yourself. On top, thank you very much again to IGN for having me on Podcast Unlocked. I got to jump on there again this week with Ryan McCaffrey and Yo Nug. You might know Yo Nug's content. You might not. I had seen him. It's funny. I had seen his content before. He does like news videos and does like the "Let's talk about it." If you ever heard that slogan, he does that. He's popped up on my timeline a few times. Great guy, by the way. Great guy. I'm gonna get him on this podcast as well. I've already been in the DM, so we'll get him on very, very soon. But yeah, appreciate everyone who's come over from there. If you didn't know, this is My Xbox and Me, our weekly Xbox podcast, right here on YouTube.com/official MXAM. If you want to follow us on our socials, it is at MXAM official, and you can find us obviously on all podcast services. Let's get started with the show, which is of course Project Helix. GDC has just finished of the time of us recording. Everyone's coming back from it, but Xbox had their big building for the future keynote speak at GDC this week. To get this out in front of everything, because I think some people forget what GDC is for. It isn't for us. It isn't for the everyday consumer. It is literally for game developers. That is what it's. I know there's a lot more content creators been going nowadays, but it isn't really even for content creators. It is mainly for game developers to go and, build relationships and join these keynotes and learn more about different products and different companies and things of that nature. So there wasn't anything too crazy that was announced during this GDC. We did get some information based on what is actually going to be inside of the next Xbox hybrid console. We have it confirmed that it is a hybrid console now as well, even though we know Asher already mentioned it on Twitter. But we had someone like Jason Rowland, who was obviously doing the speak of this, going through a little bit more of the nitty-gritty details of said console. Boys, I can quickly just list off what is going to be inside this console if we can. Full transparency, I don't know what half of this stuff means. I don't know if you guys do, so I'm looking forward to knowing if you do. We'll start like this. It is co-designed for the next generation of DirectX. It is also a next-gen ray tracing performance and capabilities. It has the GPU-directed work graphic execution. That is all powered by a custom AMD SoC. AMD FSR Next plus Project Helix, built for the next generation of neutral rendering, next generation ML upscaling, new ML multi-frame generation, next gen ray regeneration. Might have said that wrong. For RT and path tracing. Go on, Despawn, hit me.
Ray tracing. Path tracing.
Yeah, I knew it was ray tracing. I knew that. Okay. Deep texture compression, which is neutral texture compression, and direct storage plus ZSTD. So that is the big stuff that came from this. Crash, as our number one tech person on My Xbox and Me podcast, break it down for us, Crash.
New Xbox is coming with new tech. Yeah.
New tech,
yeah,
new
yeah.
this.
Go into the more details
Oh,
for us,
into
Crash.
more
I want to,
detail?
yeah. Tell us with
So the new
some
tech
more details.
is gonna make better looking games.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anything else you can tell us, Crash? Anything else? Man on the ground right now.
Better looking games. Did I already say that part?
You did say that.
yeah,
You said
you
that.
said that,
Okay.
Anything else?
No, I think that's about it. I think it's gonna make
Oh,
better looking games.
Crash, 1 second.
Breaking
Yeah.
news, breaking
I've
news.
just heard faster load times. Probably gonna
Okay, there we
happen.
go.
Mhm.
Probably
There we
gonna
go.
happen.
Probably gonna happen.
What's that? Ray tracing looking better. I've just got it in my
Oh.
little earpiece. Ray tracing gonna
Looking
look
better?
better. Gonna look better. Yeah.
I think I covered that with the games looking better part, so I just wanna,
He did
You're
cover
right.
that.
You're right.
That was breaking news from Crash.
I'm
yeah.
sorry. I'm sorry. You're
Um,
right. D-Spawn, have you got anything you can actually tell us about any of this information?
So it looks like basically it looks like we're getting past the whole raw tech pushing games now when we're moving into machine learning capabilities. So it mentions in here, you mentioned like ML upscaling and ML multi-frame. So that's machine learning, upscaling and multi-frame generation. So similar to what NVIDIA have been pushing for the last couple of graphics GPUs, graphics GPUs. That's graphics. You know what? Never mind. So it's more of like using machine learning to build frames, taking a lot of the strain off of the actual hardware doing the work and letting like software capabilities push a little bit of that. So you're going to probably see a lot of nicer looking games with a lot less overhead and hardware requirements. Doesn't mean we're not going to get like some heavy lifting hardware in these things, I guess. Like obviously they mentioned the AMD partnership with the SoC, which is a system on a chip, which basically means building everything on a motherboard. So you're going to have like dedicated graphics, CPU, all of that on the motherboard itself. So yeah, so a lot of like this similar stuff to what we're getting now, but more. Yeah,
Bigger.
more. Bigger. I hope not bigger, because I hope prettier as well, because the Series X is not pretty, and it is quite big. So, we'll see what happens. I'm interested to see what we're coming on size-wise, because, obviously we've seen the Steam Machine, which is technically going to be the direct competitor rather than PlayStation at this point. And that is relatively small, but again, we don't know what kind of graphics they're aiming for.
Well,
they've not announced
4K,
that.
right?
Yeah,
the
4K
was like 4K.
I think it's 4K 30 for them. So they're pushing for 30. Yeah, I think I remember the announcement, or like recently, they came out and said that they're going to be aiming for 4K 30. Or like obviously 1080 60, whatever you want to go for. So like the promise of this generation that we're currently in was 4K 60. So is next gen finally going to be the 4K 60, or is the promise going to be 4K 120 and we hit it at the end again?
I hope so.
4K 120, get it in 2035.
Well, yeah,
can't wait.
Probably.
Can't wait.
Let's be honest, probably. Does this do anything to get anybody more excited for Project Helix? No.
Again, like the tech never excites me until I see it in action. It's like when they like putting it in like a bullet point list like this of like, this is what we get in there, this is what you're gonna do, this is this and this and this and that, doesn't do much. But when you show me a video of like, here's an example of what our tech will be able to do, and like you show me like Halo campaign evolved running on a Series X, and then you show me it running on Project Helix, and it's like all bells and whistles, easily an improvement. That's the kind of thing that's going to excite me. Like, show me the games running on it on this tech, then I'll get excited.
I brought up on Podcast Unlock this week that something that this device could do, which is really cool. I don't know how they would do it. I don't understand how they make things work. I still don't understand how games get designed, I'll be totally honest.
Magic.
But imagine smart delivery. Is it not smart delivery? What's the not smart delivery, it's not what I'm thinking. Oh god, what's it called? What's it called when you change the apps instantly?
Oh, quick resume.
Quick resume, thank you. Imagine they've got quick resume, but built into all the different PC stores. So you can quick resume from either Epic or Steam or Xbox into each different game. Now that's something we were talking about last week, right? About how, do I really need this console? I have a PC. And the answer to that question ultimately is probably no. You probably don't need this if you already have a PC. But But let's say hypothetically you're in a situation similar to myself where you want a PC in the living room, this device could be perfect for that. And something like that quick resume, if it could do something like that, would be huge. I think.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
technically,
I agree with you. I don't
Yeah.
think they'd be able to.
No,
I mean,
nor do I.
at least-
that's my
I don't know why
that's
not.
me saying that's
But
that's
I
my
don't
point of me
think-
saying I don't understand how this shit works. So
So
because
I-
from what I understand, it's the hardware in the Xbox that allows them to do that, which is the
I
fact
think-
that it's the solid state drive talking directly to the GPU or the CPU.
from that
Does-
perspective, I think it would be doable. I think the
Mhm.
issue is that if you're trying to run 2 Steam games, Steam can run into issues. I think it's when you're trying to open, that's more so it's like the
Yeah.
different launchers, and maybe you might be able to like have a Steam game that you can quick resume, but you can't switch to another Steam game and have.
no, that's why
multiple
that
Steam
wasn't what I was saying.
Yeah.
I didn't say that. I said
No,
going
but I'm saying
from-
that's like
okay,
the
yeah.
limitation. I think that would be the limitation. I
yeah.
think there's a
Mhm.
possibility that
I
they
mean-
could figure it out for like you have a Steam game already on deck and that can stay on quick resume. But then again, that still goes into like how Steam would interact. The actual program would interact with that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And whether it would allow for it. And I don't see why it wouldn't, but I'm also not, like we said here, we're not the tech guys. We're not in the back end.
no.
We don't know these sort of stuff. So
If you
but
look
yeah,
at
I
the
think that
comments
would
of
be a
last week's
really-
episode, we're not even the Xbox guys, to be honest with you. So
true,
you know,
true.
we just have an Xbox podcast for the last 10 years. You know, it's no big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah,
biggie.
no
Um,
biggie, no biggie.
That would be a very I think that would probably be a thing that people would look at and be like, oh, that's actually really interesting, and maybe I would get it for that, a feature
Yeah.
like that.
I don't know though, because it's weird, right? Like using quick resume on a daily basis with the Series X, like couldn't imagine without it. But it's such a hard sell otherwise. Like when they were talked about quick resume before, when they were talking about bringing the Series X, like the Series X is going to have quick resume. You can quick skip between games, but then when you get to use it, when you get hands on with it, it makes
agree.
total sense.
It's
No, I agree.
It's not a
feel
selling point until you use it, and then
I
it's undeniable.
I feel like we've even talked about it on the podcast. I don't know if that's true either, in that it's constantly the most underrated thing Xbox has done in the series generation, where it's constantly overlooked. Like when people list the stuff Xbox has done, I feel like quick resume is always near the bottom if it's mentioned
Yeah,
at all.
that's
Yeah,
true.
Because it's one of
like-
those things
yeah.
where it's like it becomes so normal to the experience. It's like faster load times as well in general. It's like those become the norm, and then you start only noticing like, oh, this is taking really long. It's like with quick resume, the only time you noticed that quick resume wasn't working was when you tried switching to an online game, and it was like,
Yeah.
oh, you can't do it, or you have to reload or something. And you're
Mhm.
like, this is not the experience that I'm used to, or whatever. So it is one of those things that it's really hard. I guess it is hard to market in a certain way, because how do you really sell people on that?
Yeah,
That's
so
why-
I think
They have to be bullish real quick. They have to be bullish on getting this device out to tech enthusiasts. They have to. Like, for them to sell this device, I think they have to get it out to gamers.
Mhm.
Like literally, like not and PC gamers and console gamers, and give them an experience they've never had before, right? And like let
Yeah.
them literally be the vocal point of like, hey, this thing's actually really special.
Yeah, I'd argue that they've got to get it into PC gamers' hands more than console gamers.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Because
Yeah,
there's the people that they want to win over, right? It's like they want to bring people from the PC marketplace to console, like get it in their hands. I think there's other brands out there that do it, but like get it into Digital Foundry's hands. Give them the hardware breakdown. You go, look, this is what it could do. One of the things that they've talked about with the Helix, I don't think we've covered it here, but they were talking about bringing in preloading for shaders, which I think
Okay.
is going to be a next gen game changer for a lot of people, similar to the way that Quick Resume is now for current gen. I've been like, if you can download all of your shaders with the game, and it just loads them automatically, and then so you don't have like, because you get it on PC now, you download a game, you open it, and then you sit there for 5 minutes while the shaders are installing.
yeah.
It's like if they can get rid of that in the console space and even do something that hardware like in the PC market isn't doing, I think that could be a game changer for a lot of people. I get not in so much of like this is going to be a system seller, but like the whole thing of like this is that underrated element that they bring to the
Yeah.
console marketplace that of like similar the way that we all now look at Quick Resume.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you. I think it's always these little changes that make big differences, right?
Mhm.
And I think that's the big thing for this console for me. Is it's going to be. I don't think it's going to be big wow moment. But I do think it's going to be very small. I say very small. They are quite big things still, but like smaller things than just game go faster, game look prettier. That are going to make a huge difference in whether I buy Project Helix or not.
Yeah, and I think on the flip side of that, because obviously this is GDC, we're talking from a developer standpoint.
Yeah.
One of the big things that they covered as part of this, I don't know if it was part of Justin Ronald's like keynote, but like they were talking about like unifying the SDK for like game development, so that you just make one version of your game and it goes everywhere. And that includes PlayStation, Nintendo, whatever. So like they will support that and it will go everywhere. So if you develop a game within Windows SDK, it can be ported everywhere. I think that's going to be a bigger game changer because a lot of things we see this generation, a lot of things we've heard recently or throughout this generation is how hard it is to get a game onto Xbox. Again, I want to touch on that as well. I don't think we've covered it in here, but another thing, GDC is like a treasure trove of information and I love it.
Of course, yeah.
But so like, if they make it so much easier to port a game to Xbox, like this generation has been super hard for people to do that, whether it be the process to get a game through approval or just to make a game for Xbox in general. I think that is going to get a lot more games into the ecosystem, and I think that's going to be automatically a good thing. We'll start seeing less and less games skipping Xbox because like again, one of the reasons a lot of companies will skip it is A, it's harder to do it, and B, the return of investment isn't always there. If you can cut that need for investment and just make it a button press, it's obviously not a button press, but like if you can make it that simple, then you're going to see a lot more games just like coming to Xbox. Because again, it's another marketplace, and it takes like a week of extra work maybe just to make UIs and stuff.
Potentially, yeah. I mean, I think the you hit a good point, right? Whether or not Xbox games sell well or not, an extra for an indie developer who makes their next big hit, an extra 10K, an extra 20K, extra 30K, extra 100K units being sold, it's a no-brainer. Like, there's no reason not to do it. So
and then on top of that, they also announced that they are rolling out this PlayFab thing. So where you can have like the back end of Xbox or like achievements, friends lists, that kind of stuff. All of that is being given away for free if you publish a game on Xbox, which I think is a big thing because obviously the idea is unifying it across all of your games, across all of your platforms. And if Xbox are giving you access to that kind of stuff for free, then you're more inclined to release a game on Xbox as well.
Yeah, you'd hope so.
Yeah, because they don't have to develop their own version of it. Like Ubisoft have their own with Ubisoft Connect. It's like if Xbox give like a market agnostic version of that anyone can use, and all they have to do is like say, yes, we'll be releasing day and date on Xbox as well. It's like, cool, you can have it for free. That is a big thing, I think.
Yeah, it's another tick box done that's not costing you time and energy, right? Which you can then focus on anything else in your game. So yeah, no, I agree with you. I didn't hear about that actually, so that's actually really interesting.
Yeah, I think all of these like announcements, like on their own, sound like, oh, that's cool, that's interesting, that's fine, that's nice, I like that idea. But when you put them all together, I think this is the whole like Asher was talking about like focusing back on what makes an Xbox, and I think like this, like simplifying the process and giving people a reason to be back on Xbox, whether that be on not just the gamer side, but on the developer side of like making it easier than ever to get back into the Xbox ecosystem, I think is a good start. Like, and I know like Asher's been here, like 2 weeks. So this is not all Asher. Like this is stuff's been in the pipeline for a while. But again, we don't know how long like these plans, like Asher taking over has been in the pipeline before she was announced.
Exactly.
But yeah, I think all of these announcements that we've seen at GDC this week have got me quite hopeful for the future. They just have to, in like I say, like in the way of like making it easier than ever to be an Xbox developer, and like making it easier than ever for them to like not just be on Xbox, but like still be in the Xbox ecosystem of like with Play Anywhere, with the PlayFab stuff, all of that kind of stuff makes it a more enticing prospect to put the time and effort to be part of Xbox.
From a developer point of view.
From a developer point of view. But on the knock-on effect of that, if more games are coming to Xbox and there's more reason to have an Xbox, then there's more reason to be a consumer on Xbox as well.
Sure. Yeah. No, I don't disagree. I don't disagree. Crash, you look complex, my friend. Talk to me.
Yeah. Just the point of like enticing developers, I think, is like a really key word of like a lot of these features sound really nice. And I do think on paper they're all very nice. It's more so like, will we actually see developers start to utilize them? And I think that's the big question with this is like Xbox can do everything plus 10. And then if developers don't utilize it and these systems are being made but not being put anywhere or anything like that, then that ends up becoming of like a lot of fluff here that ends up being nothing that should be something.
Yeah. Oh no,
Well,
great. Yeah, go on.
I agree. But my thought process. You said. Let me just go. I hope we don't see it in a way. I hope it just happens as a very natural progression for game development on Xbox, right? Like, it's not going to be. I think if Despawn didn't bring this up, I don't think I would have even known this information. And I think that's okay as long as developers know it and they're then utilizing it. But I don't think necessarily the consumer will necessarily know.
Yeah.
Oh, the reason why, I don't know, insert 2 fire trucks and the fucking Waterman has got co-op, has got multiplayer, is because Xbox have designed insert blah 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 blah. So yeah, don't ask me why that was the game I came up with, but there you go, there it was. Okay. But yeah, no, it is interesting. It is interesting. The other stuff that came out of Jason Rowland's, am I saying that wrong? Ronald. Why do I call him Roland? Ronald, thank you. I've met the man as well. I hope I didn't say it wrong to his face. Ronald's presentation was that, where is it? I've lost it now. It was about Xbox mode. Xbox mode now coming to Windows 11 in select markets starting April. In April, it will happen. So that'll be coming to PCs, laptops. And obviously, we've started to see it come to like the Lenovo and all those other devices as well. This is important. I know it doesn't seem that important, but it's very important in terms of like unifying each of these marketplaces and Xbox having their branding well put together across the board for me.
And it also gets people used to it now. If it just becomes like second nature to use this for like the next 6 months to a year, and then they drop a console that also has it, it's like it's not that big of a leap for them to go. Like, and again, I know like not a lot of people are gonna like choose their console based just on the UI, but
you'll be surprised. Like, don't get me wrong. No, you're not gonna get hardcore players to not do it. But I remember when I first got my PS6, and I was just like, I do not like this.
PS5.
I do not like.
You got PS6 already?
PS5. No, sorry, thank you. My PS5. When I got my PS5,
I know you're an insider and all, but like, jeez.
No, yeah, not that, not that. I'm not that tapped in. I'm not that tapped in. I wish I was, but I'm not.
Yeah, still to this day, I don't like the PS5 UI. I don't.
But it could just be a case of not using it enough. No, I'm fine with it as well, but I don't like it as much as I like Xboxes.
I like them both the same. Yeah, but I use them both the same amount as well. So I think you're onto something.
That's
with
fair.
that. Thanks.
Yeah, no, that is fair. That is fair.
Another thing that's actually like really good about this is, for some people, we always talk about the console at the living room and stuff like that. People have done it. People have set up PCs to be in the living room, and Steam has the big picture mode and stuff like that. I think this is an option for Xbox to also come in there.
Carry on.
I think that's also an option for people. Sorry, that's an option also for people to have, for Xbox to be in people's living room place for people who go the more custom route and maybe aren't going to be super interested in either the next Xbox or the Steam box, but do want something in their living room that they sort of make themselves and stuff like that. I think this sort of becomes more of an option for them in that regard as well.
Yeah, I was surprised by how many people on Unlocked in the comments were just very much like, hey, I've been looking to get a PC for ages. This means I now don't have to get a PC and I get this hybrid machine. Perfect. And I was like, sometimes I think you've said this to me before, and I sometimes don't agree with you, but sometimes I do forget that like we're not the norm. We're not the normal people with a PC, an Xbox, a PlayStation, a Switch 2, a Steam Deck, a fucking
ROG.
like, you know, a fucking
VR headset never
headset.
gets used.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, we are
But do you know
privileged. Yeah.
what I will say, but it's because I'm surrounded by people that are also similar to me, right? Like, who are enthusiasts. Like, we're so deep ingrained in this.
Yeah.
I have a friend who got a PC to play games with us. If this was an option, I think he 100% would have gotten Xbox and would have been able to play the random Steam game that we do play, that's Social Slop or whatever, on the next Xbox, right? That would have been an option for them.
Which it will be now. Not for them personally, but like for people like them in that situation. Yeah.
And I think we've talked about it briefly, but like I don't think it can be overstated how people just don't want to deal with a PC. Like I know this.
Yeah.
Right now it's like the easiest ever. You just get a pre-built and it works.
Of course.
Yeah, just like click NVIDIA drivers and it's installed. But like even
the problem is you have to click NVIDIA drivers.
Yeah, I'm gonna say even to this day people don't want to do that. They'll just want something that they plug in and play and it works and it sits under the desk. They get a UI update every 6 months or something and it's done. And that's all they have to worry about. And it's so much easier to go into a game shop and be like, I want the latest thing. It's like, okay, well, we could sell you a PC and you have to choose your GPU and your CPU and your graphic and like how much hard drive space you want. It's like, oh, here's a console. This is the newest console. It plays all the latest games. You buy this one, it has Game Pass with it for 6 months. Easy, sold. A lot of people would just be happy with that simplicity.
No, I agree. And sometimes I forget that, you know, as someone who's now entwined in this PC world. I was once one of them, by the way. I fought against the PC for many years. And then I got one. Anything else from this that I've not talked about that you guys want to talk about? Anything that I've not picked up on at all?
Nothing major from this. Again, just another announcement that I don't think we've covered is they've changed the submission system for gaming for submitting a game as well. So previously it was a very manual intensive thing that you had to do, and you had to it took months. Apparently, they did an announcement, and apparently now they've got it down to 30 minutes to submit a game, which is big. It's huge because everything is now automated. So it's all like you tick this, but it's like a lot of tick boxes. The SDK to make a game is free and open to anyone to see. So we could make a game, guys. Just saying. MXAM, the arcade, beat 'em up.
We all beat up Matt. Is that?
Yeah. Master Big Bad Bad.
The only enemy is Matt.
The only enemy is Matt. Yeah.
The only enemy is just 100 Matts just running at you.
No, it's just one. It's like that little the mini game in Street Fighter where you got to beat up the car. It's just that, but it's Matt.
Well, here's the question: do we want one very overpowered Matt that gives us a challenge, or do we want a lot of Matts that we can just beat up over and over again?
No, just one normal Matt, and we just repeatedly kick him. Just repeated. Yeah. You get points for how quick you can kick him.
Power-ups, you get some snake venom. Yeah, okay. I like this.
Straight to the eyes. Yeah.
There's a granny that comes down the stairs and beats him up as well with us. Yeah, I like
she falls downstairs. It was in my frame. Yeah.
Falls down. She was kicked. It's funny. I mentioned that to Ryan about before we started recording, and he was like, "You've never said that when I'm on the podcast." I mean, yeah, we act like professionals when you're around.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into what's been in our box this week. Crash, we'll start with you. What have you been playing?
Absolutely nothing. I've been playing
true. You have.
I've been playing Warframe and Deadlock and stuff that I've played before, and there's not really much to add other than I'm playing those games and I enjoy them. Really, I've been switching between a lot of those. I've been very excited for Crimson Desert in a way that I haven't been for a game in a very long time, and it hit me in a really weird way where I'm just switching between games of I need to fill that void a little bit, and I think that's a very dangerous place to be honest.
Yeah, it's weird when you're chasing a high that you've not had yet.
Yeah,
it's just it's like my friend told me about this really great high, and I'm just looking for that at the moment until it hits the streets. Yeah, that's what's happening right now.
The game's gonna come out, and that high's still not gonna hit.
I feel like that with Resident Evil though.
Yeah, but you can taste that. You can hit that high.
No, but I've hit it, and it feels, bro. I can't lie. Resident Evil was one of those experiences of playing it, beating it, and then being like, okay, but now what? I'm sort of there, just I've waited how long for this game to come out, and I beat it in literally a day and an hour.
You wish you spread it over more time?
In what? That's a multi-layered question. That's such a for con.
For you, not
If
your
it
personal
wasn't
enjoyment, not
not
content, not streaming or anything. Do you wish you took more time with it and didn't like do it all in one sitting or whatever?
mm, yes, I guess so. I think it would be cool to have not cool, but like not that it's not cool because it's gonna sound crazy after what I'm about to say. But like to have a traditional job and come home and I've only got 2 hours to kill and I get to come home after work and man, I've been waiting for I've rushed home from work. I sit down and I'm playing Resident Evil. And I play it for my 2 hours and I go to bed and I do it all over again. And I get to drip feed myself that experience a bit more compared to me who played it
12
for
hour days.
16 hours, played it for 16 hours straight, then woke up at 9 o'clock, or no, earlier than that, 6 o'clock, then waited for Haley to wake up at 9 o'clock to then rush her out of the bedroom to come sit down and play it for another 3 hours. And then that was it, it's done. Like, I beat it again already, and it's just like, ugh, yeah, I don't know. But it's that I am chasing that high as well, is what I was trying to get at. I'm there like, huh. I really hope the rumors are true and we are getting Code Veronica next year, because otherwise, I'm going to be a little bit sad because I need more Resident Evil. So yeah, how is Warframe at this moment in time though? You still enjoying it or?
Yeah, I still really like it. They have a new update coming out. I think it's this week. It's next week technically. When you're listening to this, it might be this week. It comes out like the 19th or something like that, which is like a day before Crimson Desert. So I'll have a nice day where I'm not thinking about the game. But
Are you
yeah,
that high on
Warframe's good.
Crimson?
Yeah, I don't know. I've been looking forward to the game since it was announced. But something about like what they've been showing, what I've
The
seen
jetpack
more
that got
lately.
you?
Jetpack,
The
everything.
mechs,
It's just
yeah, the
everything. I can't
dragons,
really
yeah.
explain it. I've heard the game's like it's really big. Like it's like the Breath of the Wild where you're just exploring and there's not like I
Question
just
for you,
like to
Crush.
explore in games and that exploring to be good. Yeah.
Did you watch the Digital Foundry breakdown from the PS5 Pro?
I have not watched about it. I heard about it that it was on the pro side. Pretty good.
It's pretty good, yeah. But
Yeah.
part of that they talked about like just doing some testing, and part of their testing was choosing a point on the map, like miles away on the map, and just traveling to it, and how
Oh, and it took a
great
long time.
it took a long time, but how great it ran throughout the entire experience,
Yeah.
and how like varied it was, and how great. Like I'm just like, oh,
I
is it
need
not
it.
the 19th yet? Yeah.
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 I did
Is
see
this-
go
No,
ahead.
go on,
Fix.
please. No, finish.
I saw a clip of somebody who was like, yeah, there's this puzzle in the game, and then you think this would be the way that I solved it, but they played it with a developer, and the developer was like, I did this one mechanic that you learned for a completely different part, and I used it to solve this puzzle that doesn't even like doesn't tell you about it, and like stuff like that just really excites me about the game. Being able to approach it in different ways as well, which I hope ends up being the actual experience of the full game.
It's giving me like full next gen Breath of the Wild vibes, which
See, we keep saying Breath of the Wild and I keep getting scared. Every single time someone mentions it,
I don't think this will be a U game fix
don't
from
think
what
I'm
I've
gonna
heard.
like
I
it.
don't think it's gonna be a U game.
I don't think I'm gonna like it. That being said, I have come around more on these type of games, but yeah, I'm scared. I am scared.
Yeah.
It's gonna be one of those games that everyone's like, it's the best game ever, and I'm gonna be sat there like, yeah, it was fine. It's fine. But number 5, slot number 5.
I am interested to see what your take is going to be when you get hands on with it, because yeah, like I feel like this is like everything I've wanted in a game, so I'm very very excited for it.
There's zombies.
Almost
Probably.
everything I've wanted in a game.
I was gonna say you love
There's probably
zombies,
zombies
don't you,
somewhere.
So, I mean, honestly, there could be. Who knows? You know.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm like everything I've seen, like because I've had to watch through all of the preview footage at work, and yeah, everything just looks so good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make my and also like this new engine that they're using looks like it's gonna be really well optimized.
What
So
engine is it?
So it's their own Black Space engine.
Oh, okay.
They made it. Yeah.
So they made their own engine specifically for this game, and yeah, like again, going back to the Digital Foundry thing, like they've done a couple of breakdowns of it now, and it looks like it holds up incredibly well. So yeah, I'm very excited to see like, and apparently the PC specs aren't that high either. Like I think it's recommended specs are like running on an RTX 2070.
Yeah, I believe you're correct.
I'll enjoy the game when they come out of a mod for co-op.
Yeah. I mean, honestly,
that lets me down. I feel like I would love this game if it was co-op, but
I'll be honest, I could see the studio just doing that themselves because they are known as like a MMO studio, so like they could easily just put in co-op into this. I don't think they will at the start, or if at all.
They've
they
literally been very like a single player, like you know.
I could see them doing it in like
I could see it doing it in the future
down the line, but by that
2 to 3 years
that does it. Yeah,
a bit mod. Yeah. Did you see the news? Like completely off tangent, but you see the news about someone trying to put multiplayer into Kingdom Come Deliverance 2?
No.
Yeah, some modders are working on it.
Can I? So a TikTok come up the other day of Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, and I was like, maybe Matt was right, because I can't lie. The scenario that the guy got in and got himself out of it in as well, I was like, so none of us have played the game, none of us care. So the scenario was, there was a woman trapped. He goes and unlocks the padlock on this thing. A guard comes over and says to him, like, why did you do that? And he's like, oh, I was told to. I have a letter here for you to read if you'd like to. And he's like, of course you wouldn't, like, in his tongue-in-cheek way, like, of course I know you'd be able to read. Of course a man of your stature would be able to read. The guy can't read. So he's just like, oh, no need, it's not a problem. And I was like, fuck, if this game has moments like that throughout, I need to play this game, because
it does.
That's ridiculously good. That is ridiculously good.
Yeah, I did see a really funny clip from the game about like some NPC had lost some letters, and he was like talking about how he'd lost his letters, and like his master's not going to believe he lost them, but it's like, but I don't know what's in the letters, so I can't tell him the answer to what was sent, because I can't read. So I'm like, fuck. So beat me up and say someone's stolen from me. So he asks you as a player to beat him up. So you have a fist fight with this guy where he just lets you smack him in the face. And yeah, it's just, there are those dumb moments in that game. And like, I do love that idea of that game, but like, just some of it is so boring. Sorry, Matt.
Yeah. Fuck you, Matt. Despawn, what have you been playing?
So more Resident Evil 9, obviously. Still trying to get through my final sections. Did I talk about last week I did the final puzzle? Yeah.
You said you done the final puzzle, yeah.
So the final puzzle is done. So I'm just working through my Insanity playthrough at the moment. Insanity playthrough does not mess around.
Is it hard?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. I'm just at the point where you are rescuing Grace from when you get the rifle.
Be careful. Okay, yeah.
That's all I'll say. Well, you get the rifle and you're rescuing her, or like playing Overwatch, and not playing the game Overwatch.
Despawn, what are you doing here?
Relax, man. Just relax.
The game's been out for weeks. Everyone's talking spoilers left, right, and center.
Not everybody had a chance to play it or get it yet. Despawn.
You should get it. You should play it. That's all I'll say. All right, but yeah, no, like those scenarios are vastly different when you compare them to like normal mode.
Okay, interesting. I'm interested. Have you faced a boss yet?
Not a major boss. So like again, that section where you have to fight a bunch of zombies after rifling. I'm at that point at the moment.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's hard.
Because I want to know if the bosses are that much harder. Because that was the bad part about, not the bad part, but that was the biggest letdown of that game. Is the bosses are just so easy. Like it's ridiculous how easy.
Yeah, I'm not come up against any major bosses. I've seen enough TikToks of people cheesing bosses on Insanity. You know, it's not technically hard. They just take a lot more damage. Cool. I will say how can I put this without again avoiding spoilers? The first time you take over Leon in the care center, in the attic, got that boss fight.
Yeah.
That is a lot harder.
Interesting. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Good to know.
So yeah, so it does change boss fights, not dramatically, but like some of the like the loops are a little bit different in how you deal with them.
Gotcha.
But yeah, no, it was a lot of fun. It is very hard. I couldn't imagine doing it without infinite ammo at all.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
And then on top of that, you'll be happy to know that I killed Milo Jovovich
In a video game.
in a video game. Yes,
Congratulations.
thank you. So yeah, I've been playing the new elusive target for Hitman. For everything that she did to the Resident Evil universe, I took her down repeatedly.
Monster Hunter.
And Monster Hunter. Yeah, we don't talk about that, but yeah. So she is.
Wait! Hold up, Tisman. Sorry, wait a second. Crash, what you got to say?
Why are you guys blaming her for that?
Her and her husband ruined this franchise.
She was just an actress, man.
No, she weren't. Her husband directed. I think she produced it as well.
Oh, did she produce it? Oh, man.
I think so. I think towards the end she was a producer. Yeah.
Okay, carry on. Never mind.
Have you seen the final chapter?
No. Fix. I've watched.
You go
half
watch
of a Resident Evil movie.
You go watch Resident Evil: The Final Chapter, and then tell me that she doesn't deserve to die in a video game. Okay?
I'd rather just not do that.
That's fair.
Keep your business out of this, then.
I apologize.
Thank you. Good job, Baseball. I'm proud of you. Good job.
Thank you. Yeah, no, Lucid Target, really good, really fun. It is based in the best level in Hitman, which is the Mana.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that is so good. I love that level.
So good.
One of my favorite levels in a video game ever. Facts.
So good. But yeah, definitely worth playing. It's free right now if you've got the game till like April, I think. And then so yeah, go check it out. A lot of fun.
Okay. I've been playing some stuff for work. Played For Honor, new season for that. Year 10. Crazy. Wild. Absolutely wild. The audience is still just as dedicated to that game as it ever has been 10 years on. Ridiculous. Played that, checked out the new content. They got a new event, which is like 3v3v3, which is like, so it's 3v3v3, but you play as 2 human players and 1 NPC boss, boss, who's on your team. If you kill the other team's NPC, you get a shield, which like gives you a bit defense and stuff like that. So it's a cool little mode. It's fun. And then I played with chat for the rest of my time. It's fun. I enjoy For Honor. I'm terrible at the game, and when I say terrible, I'm terrible. It might be the worst game. If you
no parry king right here.
Yeah, bro, and that's I'm only the no parry king because I don't know how to parry properly. Like I just don't like that game. Is so hard. Like it's not a game that you can just pick up and play whenever you please. It's so challenging, but I have fun nonetheless. It's not like I have a bad time anytime I play it. I also played the Crew Motorfest. They had their brand new playlist come out in that, which is the NASCAR playlist. A lot more fun than I was expecting, I have to say, because I've kind of always just thought NASCAR is, drive around in a circle.
Take a left turn.
Okay. But they've got the mechanic of repairs in it. So like gassing up your car, repairing your car, things of that nature. So you've got to pay attention to all that stuff. Also pitting at the right time and stuff like that. It's really, really good. I had a really good time with it as well. And then last but not least, I've been playing Pokemon Pokopia. Is that how you say it? I hope I'm saying it wrong. All right. Pokopia. There we go. I'd probably put, I'd say anywhere between 20 hours into that game probably now. Yes. It's a fantastic game. It really, 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 really is. The fact, and it's funny going from like Resident Evil to that. Is just like the most polar opposite thing ever. The thing I love about it is it's got me back into the mood of Pokemon, and I think that's what it does a really great job of like introducing, obviously you got your Gen 1 Pokemons there at the start, and then it's introducing you to these new Pokemon that if you're a lapsed Pokemon fan such as myself, I'm now learning about, Timber and Beacomb and all these other, I think I say it right, Combee, and all these other Pokemon that I'm now meeting for the first time, and I'm like, oh, okay, cool. And it's going to be really cool to be able to take that information back into these other Pokemon games when I go back and play them as well. Because that's always been the biggest reason why I've not jumped back into Pokemon games. It's just like, I feel like I'm just so far behind at this point. Gen 10 obviously being the new gen. So I'll be jumping into that, and I will be picking that dog 100%. I can't remember what it's called at this point, but yeah. But yeah, it's good.
It's a Pomeranian.
Yeah, exactly. But it's really good if you own the Switch 2 and you've been waiting for a killer app on the Switch 2 to get you to use your device every single day. This is the game.
Yeah. So this is. We talked about it briefly, but off podcast. But like, I don't think people can overestimate how big this game is for some people.
Yeah.
My Switch has been collecting dust, so I've not really been using it. And my friend fully does not own a Switch 2. No plans to buy one yet, but was like, "Can I borrow your Switch 2 just to play Pokopia?" And I was like, "Yeah." So
my issue is, how are you getting it back?
I know where they live. It's fine.
But I just don't know.
I've told them. They've got a month. They've got a month.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay, that makes sense.
You've got a month. When the next big release comes out that I want to play, I want it back.
Yeah.
But until then, feel free.
Interesting. Yeah, but yeah, it's so good. It's the first killer app on the Switch 2 for me. That you have to have a Switch 2 for it. And yeah, bought Haley a Switch 2. And she hasn't stopped playing. She hasn't stopped. Literally, I went before the podcast. So should we go downstairs and watch TV? I was like, yeah. I went to the toilet, came downstairs. She sat there on the sofa playing. And I'm like, thought we was going to watch TV. And she's like, yeah, but I've got to get my stamp. And then I need to do this. And I need to do this. I'm like, are you not going out? And she's like, I am. But do you think? And she's like, do you think my friend would mind if I brought it with me for the dinner? I'm like, you can't take your Switch 2 with you. No, that's not how this works. She's been late. She's not been late, but she's left late for work every single morning this week playing.
You need to put child locks on.
Yeah, put child. Yeah, you need to get
times on it.
It's crazy. I think that's just it talks to a casual audience in such a huge way, which I think is obviously great for the game. So yeah, but that's what I've been playing. Let's get into this week's dashboard, shall we? We've got a few news stories this week. Number one being that this is an Xbox announcement. Looks like it has been pulled offline since obviously Asher Sharma has taken charge. It looks like the Everything's an Xbox campaign is no longer a thing. We no longer see it on the Xbox website. And it seems to have gone. It began in November 2024, was running all the way through, obviously with things like tablets, smart TVs, PC handhelds, all of that stuff. No more. It is gone. Gone. My question to both of you is, do you think this is a good thing?
I think this is an irrelevant thing.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
I think the messaging is gone. I don't think they're changing their game plan as far as what this is an Xbox was going to be. I think you're still going to get it Xbox stuff in some regard coming to every place that they can be on. Realistically.
Sure. My thing is, my issue is when everybody's a winner, no one's a winner, right? In my opinion. That's how I was brought up, that's it. And the same thing for this Xbox campaign, which was when everything's an Xbox, then the Xbox is not an Xbox. So I think it's very good and clear messaging, and that's what I've been talking about for a while. I was talking about on stream this week as well. It's Xbox need to get their messaging in-house and properly taken care of. And I think pulling this away is the start of something hopefully very good. Now, what's the next campaign? I don't know. But this one just wasn't it for me.
Yeah, I think this one was a weird one where I've seen a lot of people say that the campaign was a total failure, but I remember a lot of people also liking the campaign when it first happened. If this is an Xbox, we're not going to say that nobody liked it. We're not going to sit here and say nobody liked it.
I wasn't going to say nobody liked it, but I remember people more memeing it than it being liked.
Sure, but not as many people are enraged as they are. Sure, okay, I'll agree with that. But I've seen people act like the campaign was a failure from day one, and I don't think it was a failure. I think hardcore Xbox fans just really did not like it, and I think that's the problem.
Is that not then considered part of failure?
No, because I don't.
When your core audience, is telling you this is terrible, isn't that partly a failure? No.
No, because would you say that games going multi-platform is partly a failure?
It's a big question, Crash.
From Xbox, I would say that's
I
not.
wish you wouldn't have asked me, Crash. I wish you wouldn't have asked me. Ask me again, Crash.
Are games going multi-platform a failure?
I think it shows there is a failure to sell.
Now you're dancing around with
wait.
words.
Let me land. I'm trying to make a clip here. I'm trying to make a clip. I think it shows that there is a failure for them to sell copies of their own games on their own devices. Yes. And I don't think we can disagree with that. Because if Xbox was selling, if Fable and Forza and Gears and Halo was selling gangbuster numbers on Xbox, we wouldn't see it on PlayStation. So yes, I do think there is a form of a failure there.
Okay.
You disagree?
No, I don't disagree with that.
I was gonna say.
He's making clips, Craig. Come on.
I'm trying. Yeah, I'm trying. Yeah, but I was like,
no, Crash is
me and him fighting. We would have been fighting. We would have fought.
Well, I think you're both idiots. How about that? There you go. Is that what you're after?
Yeah, that's what I needed. Yeah, but would you Despawn? You didn't get your say. Go on. Would you think?
What was the question again?
Even on this podcast, do you think this is a good thing, a bad thing? Where'd you come down on?
Initially, I think this is potentially a good thing. It's been rumors for a while now that internally everyone hated this. Again, I use term everyone hyperbolically, but like apparently the rumors are a lot of people hated this internally. It muddies the water a lot for a lot of people. And while I don't think the multi-platform releasing is gonna change anytime soon, I think that the marketing will go back to focusing a lot more on Xbox as a brand rather than it just being everything is the brand, which I think is a good thing, because I think the way to build up brand loyalty is to have a brand that you can get behind. Like PlayStation have it, like Steam has it, like Nintendo have it. Xbox have done such a bad job with it and have muddied the waters so much over this generation. I think this might be a sign of like the first step in going back to the drawing board and fixing that. And again, Ash has said that the focus is to be on Xbox, is to not to use political parlors, but like make Xbox great again. Focus on what makes an Xbox, as it were. I think this could be a sign of that.
We're gonna let that one slide, but I didn't like that.
No, okay? No, me neither. I didn't like saying it. It hurt. It hurt a little bit.
We're gonna let that one slide, but I didn't like that. Okay. And by the way, we got way too political last week, so I'm not even getting into it. Okay, just not getting into it. I even told my American cousin, Crash, who's on the phone. I was like, I was having arguments with an American over politics. I hate you guys. And she was like, sounds like an American. Next story. Fortnite's original Save the World mode is finally going free to play. Not only that, though, V-Bucks are going up in price. They tried to sneak that one as well. Like, at least, do you know what? Give it to Epic. At least they tried to slide some good with some bad. Xbox usually do this is free. Wait a week. Oh, this is going up in price. Epic at least went
a week. Both. Xbox wait a day at this point.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. A couple of days.
The same day later than that.
I mean, honestly, it's been known.
What steps to rake and they get hit in the face.
So we'll do with the V-Bucks conversation first, shall we? It's looking like this: $8.99 used to get you 1,000 V-Bucks. It will now get you 800 V-Bucks. $22.99 used to get you 2,800. It now gets you 2,400. $36.99 used to get you 5,000. Now gets you 4,500. $89.99 used to get you 13,500. It now gets you 12,500. And yeah, you can get some with Epic rewards, some money back on some of this stuff as well. The Battle Pass is also gone from 1,000 V-Bucks in that to 800 V-Bucks as well. We'll start here and then we'll get into the free to world stuff, because that's an interesting conversation as well. This is a bad look for Epic, I have to say. Like, I think this is an extremely bad look for Epic for a number of reasons. Number one, you are making more money than God off this game. Like, why on earth would you decide to mess around with the pay structure at all of something? You're just giving people a reason to be more conscious of them buying V-Bucks, which makes no sense to me.
It's also the change they decided to go for is kind of scummy of keeping the price the same, but lowering the amount you get.
Hmm.
Is like I think that's a very like scummy way of going about it, as opposed to just upping the price to what you think that pack should be worth. It's a way to like circumvent people. Maybe somebody doesn't notice the price or whatever the case is. I think um for all the pro consumer stuff Epic claim to do, and you have Tim Sweeney on Twitter constantly trying to talk about it or whatever the case is, and he's fumbled a few times. I feel like this is probably one of the most anti-consumer things to come out of Epic as well. That kind of puts a slap in the face to everything they've tried to do at various points in time. And probably I don't think it shapes Epic in a very good light to how they're doing overall as well, not just Fortnite.
No, agreed. Yeah, I don't know. I just think this is such a Sideshow Bob moment of like walking into rakes for no reason. Like, I get it. Their excuses, if I'm not mistaken, I don't have a quote in front of me, but was like, oh, you know, the ever changing landscape in gaming and everything costing more and yada yada yada. How much you made so much money off of this one game that you stole concepts from every other game for, by the way, that you bought studios. Everybody's making their games in Unreal Engine. Like, there's so much positive that's come out of this. I don't think this was needed. Now, let's be totally honest, there's a very smart man who is sat behind this decision, or woman, that has made this decision and gone, we can extract this much more money if we just make this one change. Because ultimately, little Timmy is still going to get mum's credit card and is still going to buy the V-Bucks.
Yeah.
But I don't think you're necessarily wrong, but I think there's a possibility for this to blow back. And if this blows back, it's a pretty big blowback that they would get.
Yeah.
Which I think is the confusing part, because like it's not just that, it's battle passes the price for the battle pass went down to match whatever the cost is, but
Yeah,
you also used to
800.
get a crazy amount of, you used to get like half the price of the battle pass as extra V-Bucks. You don't get that anymore, and you have to remember like the incentivization of like people having that extra V-Bucks laying over, and it's like, I want to get a skin, so I'm gonna buy stuff. But now you don't get the extra V-Bucks left over. If you buy a pack, I saw somebody making a comment on it, and I'm not enough into spending V-Bucks and Fortnite and all that stuff, but like, there is the price limits for the packs now. There's an off point where somebody cannot just buy a pack and buy a skin.
Yeah.
And that also is off-putting for a player who wants to, like, I see a cool skin, I want to go buy it. I don't want to have to start doing math. That is an off-put on a spender spending money. And I think there's...
I always hate that. Like, the fact that you're, for $8.99, you can get 12,000. I'm using just numbers that I'm throwing out here. 12,000, but the skin's going to cost you 12,050, so you have to buy another $8.99. It's like, fuck you. Like, no, that's wrong. That's wrong, and you shouldn't even be allowed to do that, in my opinion. But like, I don't think that's right.
Yeah.
So the other piece of news was also about Fortnite Crew, which it does cost $11.99. It used to get you 2,500 V-Bucks. It now gets you 1,600. Just to be clear.
So does that mean those Game Pass subscribers only get 1,600 now?
Yes.
Yeah, you get the 800, and then you get the free battle pass for that one that you can get the 800 from during the battle pass.
Ooh.
Yeah, not great.
I mean, I can't remember the last time I fired up, but yeah, still, it's weird, right? It's like, like I think Chris, you said it. It's like Epic have been argued about being pro-consumer for so long, and then they pull the most anti-consumer move. And I think the biggest takeaway of like this is, these changes are usually bittersweet because they offer something extra to kind of compensate it. We mentioned about the Game Pass one, when that increased in price, they started adding like a bunch of extra stuff like UB Classics, Fortnite Crew and that kind of stuff. Like, so there would like, if you used everything, it was kind of worthwhile. But this is just straight up like, we are charging you more for less, or we're charging you the same for less. Deal with it.
Xbox attempted to they did some smoke and mirrors to swindle you. You know, they at least like took you out to dinner, and they were like, "We're gonna treat you nice before
we're gonna take you out for dinner. We're gonna make you get the nice thing. Like, you're paying for half of it, but we're gonna take you out. It's gonna be nice." But this is just like, no, it's like, this is like Epic. Like, I'm taking your credit card and I'm stealing your identity. Sorry, my hat's just opened up on its own, so I'm just trying to fasten it quietly on me. But yeah, this is just this again. There's no positive spin on this because like Epic aren't giving you anything to like make up for that. Oh no, lie. They're giving you Save the World, that mode that no one played whatsoever.
Well,
10
the
years ago.
conversation about Save the Worlds is even more intriguing, right? Because a lot of it seems like a lot of the Fortnite people that had Saved the World are very much like, hey, motherfucker, I paid for that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why does everybody get it free now when I paid for it? So, yeah, it's interesting.
If I'm not mistaken, and I could be wrong about that, I believe Save the World was always meant to be free to play, and it was just the Founders Pack, so you got early access to it through the Founders Pack.
Don't think that's right.
I'm pretty sure
Could be wrong.
it was a
I'm gonna look
it was
it
a
up
paid.
real quick.
I think like you only get access to it by paying for it until
I think
April
you
16th.
only still had access for it because you was a founder.
That could be
think
possible because
that's-
they did stop
and I
working on
think-
it altogether. Maybe the original
I
intent
think
was for it
that's
to be
what
free to
it
play,
is.
and they stopped.
It was, yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, but yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know what Epic's up to. Very, very, very sad, unfortunately. Next piece of news, we will cover it because why the heck not? Resident Evil is getting a DLC along with a small mini game. This was announced on Twitter by the Resident Evil account. Very exciting. We don't know what that DLC is going to be yet, of course. I'm extremely happy that they are doing DLC. I've seen a little bit of negativity out there from people that are annoyed because of course, the game being which they consider to be short, and the fact that they've now not put this DLC in. But whatever. Like, what else am I meant to
also-
say on that, right?
They also said content's coming to the game as well that is going to be free, which I assume is your normal Resident Evil stuff, like the mercenary mode and all
It'd be
that stuff.
Mercenaries mode, 100% it'd be Mercenary
Yeah,
mode.
it'd be a mercenaries mode. Yeah, your little speed runs and stuff like that, whatever. Yeah, I'm fine with this. Again, like the way that this announcement came up thing, I think it was also part of the announcement that they sold 5 million copies. So I think it was a surprise for them.
Copies in 5 days.
Yeah, so I think it was a bit of a surprise for them, and like they didn't expect it to do as like I'm sure they expected it to do well. The marketing is out there for a reason, but like I think it was very much a case of like, oh, this game has done gangbusters for us. I think it's like the 25th best-selling game ever for Capcom in their entire.
Oh yeah, already. Yeah.
So like I'm the way that the announcement was delivered as well. It was very much like a case of like, oh, this did so well, we should probably do some DLC. So we're going to do some DLC. It doesn't feel like this was
DLC anyway.
Yeah, I mean, they were probably, but I feel like they weren't planning on doing like massive story because they announced it as like a story expansion.
Yeah. I think they were still doing that as well.
You think they were still doing that? Okay.
They normally do story expansions, no?
Well, it depends on.
Yes. If you look at their track history now, 7 got a story expansion. Village got a story expansion. So it's only the remakes that have never got story expansions, and then even that's
technically 4 got separate
but
ways.
It got content that was already there, like should have already been there, even though we paid for it. But whatever, that's a conversation to be had a different day. Just for a little bit of context, right? Resident Evil Requiem sold 5 million in 5 days. Resident Evil Village sold 5 million in 5 months. Resident Evil 6 sold 5 million in 5 months. Resident Evil 7 sold 5 million in 15 months. And Resident Evil 3 Remake sold 5 million in 2 years. So that tells you how good Requiem has sold. Which, I mean, kind of crazy, right?
Yeah.
Of course they would never get... almost did a spoil. Don't worry about it. Carry on.
It also goes to show that the idea of mixing the two genres works very well.
Yes. Oh no, absolutely. I think they've now. I know you know exactly what I was going to say.
My brain just tweaked what you were doing. Yeah.
Anyway,
of course.
No, I think you're right. I think this is a combination of what they learned from Village, what they learned from 7, what they learned from 4 Remake, really, and went, okay, this is what our audience wants now. And our audience aren't just hardcore Resident Evil fans, and they aren't just hardcore horror fans. They want a bit of both. And I do think there is a great balance of both in this game, to be honest with you. So yeah, I'm really happy. I'm really proud of them. As a Resident Evil fan, it's nice to see everybody celebrating Resident Evil.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, and I think again we said the same thing back when Final Fantasy Remake came out. Like to see all the Final Fantasy hype that came out, and you're like, oh, if you're not a Final Fantasy fan, you sort of sit around like, oh, I'm not a part of this. But like when it's your thing and this is my thing, I'm like, cool. Resident Evil Symphony's coming at the end of in December as well, and I'm going to that. And I'm like, you haven't bought them yet?
I know. I almost bought tickets. I've got a kid,
still got
dude.
tickets.
I got a kid.
Oh yeah, shit, you do.
Maybe I'll see if work want to do a thing about it.
Yes, buy the next Xbox. He's got stuff to do.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Makes sense. But yeah, I'm happy for it. I am very happy for Capcom.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do. They
Well,
don't miss
great game.
often. They don't miss often.
They
They
don't.
don't miss often. They don't miss often. So good for them. But this is a company that almost went bankrupt.
Yeah. Yeah, you look at a lot of different companies and we're like, they're in really weird spots. What they need to do and what they really don't do is just like look at Capcom's playbook, see what Capcom did, and like go grassroots with everything. Go back to focusing on your IPs and what they were and not what industry demands they be. And
There's a lot of people. I don't agree because I like the way Ubi have moved with their games, but a lot of people have said like, oh, this is what Ubisoft should do, like remake their classic games, and I think we'll see something very interesting when we see
Black Flag.
Black Flag, or what's it called though? What's it called? It's called
Resynced. Black Flag Resynced.
Resynced. Thank you.
Yeah.
When Resynced comes out, I think we're going to see something very interesting. Whether that is what Ubisoft decides to do with their catalog.
I
don't know if it'll work. I don't know, but it's just also starting with Black Flag is maybe an interesting choice.
They really should have done one and gave it like a proper remake, but I assume that this will be somewhere like in the middle ground ish.
Does one sell the way Black Flag sells? I don't think so.
No, probably not. Which is a fair thing.
It has to be good.
It's the reason why they did the hardcore Resident Evil remake. They probably picked two for a reason, and they didn't go back with one and do like a full on remake of one as well.
One's technically already been remade.
Right, but they still could have went back and done the same level of remake as they did for 2.
Yeah, you gotta remember
the rumor is it's coming.
I'd be down for it.
I mean, they have to at some point.
Because
I mean, it's stupid not to, right? At this point, crazy. But yeah, super excited, super happy for them. Really am.
Maybe I'll finish Insanity Bob before it comes out.
You will. I believe.
Don't know. These bosses are kicking my ass.
No, I believe in you. Despawn, it is time for Guess That Game.
Guess That Game? You mean the game show and the podcast where one of us this week, will pick a game and the other members of the crew will have to guess that game using yes or no questions. You have 90 seconds to do so. I have a game. I have selected the game. I am ready to go. Just for clarification, for anyone who's not seen it before, we use Wikipedia for the facts, so we cannot argue with each other about the facts being wrong. It is all up to Wikipedia. But we still do.
Let's not say we can't.
We can. We do. We can. Yeah, we shouldn't, but we do.
And we do. Points are looking like this. Crush is currently sitting on 8 points. I'm sitting on 5. Despawn sitting on 4. Matt is sitting on 2.
Let me bring up a stopwatch. I have a stopwatch. There it is, right in front of me. Okay. We are going to start with Crash and then Fix. Time starts in 3, 2, 1, go.
360 game?
No.
Xbox One game?
Yes.
Big studio?
Yes.
Capcom?
No.
EA?
No.
Ubisoft?
Yes.
Third person game?
No.
God game?
No.
First person game?
Yes.
Shooter?
Yes.
Platforming?
No.
Does it take place in multiple different locations?
Yes.
Single player?
No.
Okay.
I'll clarify that at the
Female-
end.
Does it have a co-op mode, but it is a single player game?
No.
Modern game?
Yes. 15 seconds.
Do you create a character?
No.
Do you select from a list of characters?
Yes. Time.
Is it Tom? Is it?
Time.
All right.
Such a
All
stickler
right.
for time all of a sudden.
Wow.
That's
So
great.
here's the thing. The reason I'm going to say
we-
time and not give you another question is 'cause I
Yeah,
think you guys are
yeah.
close enough
Yeah.
to have some guesses.
Yes,
So-
Resident Evil 5. We all know
Yeah, it's
that.
Resident Evil 5. Yeah,
it's
you're right.
Resident Evil 5.
Points to Crash.
Hit me with that list, please, bud.
It is a Xbox One game. It's from Ubisoft. It's not third person. It's first person. There's no platforming. It's a shooter, multiple locations, no single player. It's a modern game, and you select from a list of characters.
You select from a list of characters is the thing that's killing me. Oh! You cheeky sod. If it's this, that's fucking very cheeky. Interesting. Okay. I'm good to go.
I'm good to go also.
Crash. We'll start
You
with
go
you.
first then. Yeah.
I've written down my answer.
Oh, okay.
Perfect,
You've written
I
your
have
answer.
not.
Okay. Then we'll
I
go
have
with
not.
Fix first.
Watch Dogs, whatever that one was in London. Legion, I think it was.
Fix. It's not a third person game.
Good first person.
Is it Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six?
Good.
So here's the thing.
Yeah.
I mean,
I said Rainbow Six.
you did say Rainbow Six. I mean, technically, the franchise is Rainbow Six. Specifically,
What?
The game is Rainbow Six Siege.
Yeah, I literally have
he's
Rainbow
got
Six
that.
Siege
He's
on.
got that.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
got
Rainbow
that.
Six
He's got that.
Siege
That's a
on.
point. That's a point.
Yeah.
That's a
Okay.
point.
Yeah. So the reason I was like, about whether it was single player, it had a single player mode in for a while. It had the lone wolf mode where you could just hunt AI.
It did.
But I think
I
they took
can't
it out.
lie. You're a fucking dickhead for that, though. I love you. Like, I love you. That game's not a single player game.
I know it isn't, and that's why I
You
was
said
like,
no. You
I said no.
You said no.
I said no.
Yeah, but you though.
Yeah, because it originally it did have a single player mode.
But
You could play it single player.
if you put single player on Wikipedia right now, what comes up? And I'm not gonna lie, on Wikipedia right now, he will tell you if it's a multiplayer or a single player game, and that's what you should have went with.
Wikipedia
What's
modes,
it say?
single player, multiplayer.
Fuck's sake. Yeah, that's it. That's the end of that, isn't
I
it?
thought when Fix
That's
said,
the end of
"Oh,
that.
you're a
That's the
cheeky
end of
bastard,"
that.
I thought Fix got it. I
Nah,
thought Fix guessed
nah.
that. And
Yeah,
I
I
was like,
thought
I
he
don't know
would've
why
had
this
it,
is cheeky.
yeah.
This is pretty straightforward. You know?
Yeah,
It's
no,
not.
I overthought it. I overthought it.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't have any trivia for you this week.
That's okay. No problem.
Yeah. So, should we go with the classic? What's its Metacritic score?
Oh,
What's it in
okay.
5?
Ooh.
What platform? Xbox?
Yeah, let's go Xbox because we are an Xbox podcast for now
Perfect.
until we cancel.
Shut the hell up.
We're technically not. You know, somebody said.
I
we're
I mean,
not.
we did talk about
I bet.
Pokopia earlier, right?
Oh, hey, that's what I've been planning. What do you want from me?
Oh.
Well,
oh no, we've
it's
got an Xbox
interesting.
One. Okay, go.
It's
go on.
interesting because it didn't launch well.
I'm gonna.
Why do you tell him that, Crash? Fix, sorry.
Oh, no, it's sad because I don't mind
If-
talking out content, right?
I would have known that it did so well.
I wonder if it landed in. I think it's. I'm gonna go 81.
How does this scoring work, T-Spawn? Is it whoever's
I
closest
No, I said if you
within
get it
5?
within 5 points. Yeah.
within 5?
Oh, fuck.
I'm going to guess 77.
Someone's getting an extra point.
Crash in it. Fuck.
It is Crash, yeah.
It was
What is
somewhere in
it?
the 70s,
It
right?
was 74 on Xbox.
I
Yeah, I
thought
was
it
going
was-
to say 72 originally,
Yeah.
but I was like, I want
So
to
here's
give
the
him that
thing.
5 point if it's above or
No,
lower.
it
So here's the
makes
thing.
sense, it makes
If you
sense.
hadn't clarified that we were doing on Xbox, you would have got an extra point because it got 79 on PC. So you would have been within the 5 points. But you know, we're an Xbox
It's fine.
podcast.
It's
We're an
fine.
Xbox podcast.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Crash
Hey, I'm
currently
just
sitting
saying.
on 10 points.
Just want to put it out
Double
there.
digits.
Ridiculous.
Suck it, PlayStation. Only got 73.
Oh yeah, I think they're really hurting now. I can't
They
believe
are.
you
They're
said
really
that.
feeling that. Yeah.
Let's jump in to Fixer's Sack. Remember, you can email in myxboxandmepodcast@gmail.com, or you can hit us up on our comments below this podcast on YouTube with your questions, or you can hit us up in our Discord, which you should join, and that's where a lot of these questions have come from. This one comes from Top Lift 91 and says, "Is it better?" I don't know if this is from Top Lift. This might be from Orange Cookie Man, actually. Is it... I don't know who this is from. I'm sorry. Is it better to have exclusive titles, or is it better to be the best place to play third-party titles? Crash?
Realistically, it's probably the best place to play third-party titles, but that's made functional by having exclusive titles, I feel like.
Great, nothing answer there.
Best place to play third-party titles, that's the answer.
Appreciate it. No, I respectfully disagree. I don't think... Can I talk from my perspective? And I feel like that's what I've got to start doing more and stop generalizing. I wouldn't buy a console because it plays better on Xbox over a PlayStation, but I will buy a console. So I will buy the next PlayStation because it has exclusives, not because it sells better, it plays games better than Xbox, you know?
So when I take the best place to play third parties, I'm not even thinking about what console plays those games best. I'm thinking the best place to play third party, and that's why I gave the answer that I did. I think the place with exclusives, or with more exclusives and better exclusives, is the best place to play third party games. I think it's like 1-1 to me.
Interesting. Despawn?
I kind of agree with Crash, and I think it is kind of because it is, but to clarify, I think it's because like we see third-party games skip Xbox because like there's not as big a reason to come to this platform. So because of PlayStation having the exclusives that people want to come and play, it got the market share it did. More people release games there. It is the better place to play all of the third-party games.
This was true for Xbox during the 360 and PS3 days as well.
Yeah.
When you look back at that days when they had more exclusives and they had the better games.
They also launched a year earlier. I just want to put that out there.
Oh, that helps for sure.
But like that wasn't like the only reason. You have to remember. Like,
no, of course not.
BioShock was exclusive.
You had
Mass Effect that was exclusive. You had.
But in the same breath, you've got, and do you know what? One thing we've never spoke about or considered is do we see Xbox go back to buying in third party timed exclusive deals? Because that was something Xbox were known for doing.
Yeah.
And Asher obviously saying she's going to be bringing stuff like that back. Like, not that specifically, but bringing back the old Xbox. Could we see things like that? Because that's what PlayStation does. That's why we see games take so long to come to Xbox as well. Not just down to the hardware.
I think the difficulty with that is the existence of Game Pass. Is you wouldn't be just paying for the exclusivity, because if it's an exclusive, you're going to want it on Game Pass to be part of like the portfolio or whatever. I think having to pay for the exclusivity and pay for the Game Pass is probably on the expensive side. But you could argue that it would outweigh building a new studio and having them make a new game, because that's very expensive as well. It really depends like internally how they're looking at it, I think.
Why do they have to put it in Game Pass?
So from my perspective, and I could be wrong about this, I'd love to actually hear the community's opinion on this, but I think if you have an Xbox first party game and Xbox is going to treat it as a first party game,
Second party.
Right, third party, I meant exclusive, I didn't mean first party.
Yeah.
And Xbox would treat it like an exclusive and get the normal like marketing and all that stuff that would come with being an exclusive. I think that not ending up on any of the Game Pass tiers is weird. and I think that would be a bad look for Xbox. Personally, I could be
I
absolutely
don't.
wrong about that.
No, I don't disagree with you. Yeah, I guess we live in such a different Xbox world now, right? You're right. If they're treating this like like their own exclusive, and why would it not then launch on Game Pass? And then it creates a really headache moment for them of like, oh yeah, I'm playing Tomb Raider 7, the new Tomb Raider on Xbox because it's going to be in Game Pass. Like, no, it's not. It's just exclusive there for 6 months. Wait, what? Yeah,
Yeah.
no, yeah, I think you're right. But yeah, I agree. I'd love to hear what the community think on that one, especially. Despawn, what do you think?
Agreed. Yeah.
Good combo. This next one comes from Toplift 91. I just wanted to call you out. I'm sorry, I love you. Do you guys think getting the next Xbox out ahead of the PlayStation 6 will give Xbox the same sort of boost the Xbox 360 had? And will you guys be buying Project Helix day one? I mean, yeah, whoever's first to market is obviously going to do better. I just think people like me and Despawn exist. Like pure FOMO people, people who like tech, people who like to check out new things, people with disposable income that, yeah, always getting first to market is a huge plus. Doesn't matter what it doesn't matter what you sell at the end of the day. Like getting there first is always a good thing. I don't think it will give it enough of a boost to compete with the PlayStation 6. Not at all.
Yeah,
but I do think it will help move units. Yeah. We also live in a world where, scalpers make things 10 times harder now to buy things as well and stuff. So, yeah, yeah.
I think the biggest thing for Xbox realistically isn't even when the PS6 comes out, but it's how that Steam box performs whenever it comes out. Because that's supposed to still come out this year, which would be a year to 2 years before the Project Helix even comes out.
Yeah,
so
dev gets next year for Helix.
That's what
Yeah.
Roland said. Yep.
So like depending how that performs, it could be good. Like I don't think it's necessarily horrible if the Steam box performs super well. I think that could be a good sign for Project Helix. But I think there's also a problem if it performs too well and people wouldn't even care about a Project Helix by the time it comes out. Right. So I do think there's a really interesting situation where like if it performs good, it means there's market there, and I think that's good for the next Xbox. But if it performs too well and people wouldn't want to switch, which it coming out later means it's going to be more powerful and people really like switching to more powerful things. So I think that's more than often a positive thing, but who really knows what the dynamic and what the pricing will be as well for the console. There's a lot of like still question marks to really answer that super well.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is like how many caveats are going to be to the Steam machine for how good it is. Like, is it good enough or is it great? Like, if it's good enough for now, then I think that's a good sign for Xbox if it does well. Because again, it's going to be that thing of like you spend a year with the Steam machine, and then the Helix comes out, and it's just like, all right, this is a natural, because everyone's in that kind of like, maybe not as much anymore, but for a while everyone was in that like with the phones, you're like you upgrade it every year. It's just like, well, this is like a bigger purchase. Actually, no, it's not really a bigger purchase. The phone's about $1,000 nowadays. It's like, yeah, if you release something a year down the line that's markedly like better in quality, and it still plays all the games you've been buying for a year on the Steam machine, but it also includes like added access to Game Pass and things like that. Like, yeah, I could see it doing well. But yeah, I do not think this is beating PS6. Like, I think PS6 is so far ahead in like PlayStation is so far ahead of the game now. Like, again, I would argue this has been like one of the worst years for like one of the worst gens for PlayStation, like in the amount of quality games that they put out. Like, it feels like we're getting like maybe 1 or 2 a year at max for their output, first party. And I think like that's not stopped them doing gangbusters.
Well, I think on the note of PlayStation, what'll really stop PlayStation is like the PS6 if Sony decides to step on a rake with the release of that. I think similar, like if you look at why Xbox fell behind, like the real reason Xbox fell behind the way it did at the speed that it did was TV, right?
Yeah.
So if Sony has a moment like that, I think them releasing a year early, plus being this PC mix could be a really good thing for them. But I think it does partly rely on Sony also messing up their own launch.
I'm interested to see how it's going to work because obviously, right now, tariffs are a big thing that are causing price increases as well as RAM shortages and things like that. Xbox are probably better suited to be able to kind of like eat some of those costs or move some of their production outside of places like the East, like China and things like that. Sony are primarily based over there, so like they're going to be more likely to be hit by those tariffs. So like pricing could be a bigger issue for Sony when it comes to the PS6. Whereas Xbox might be in a position where they could eat it. And again, we've seen, I don't know if you guys have read through like the recent interview that, well, not interview, but like open session that Satya Nadella did at Microsoft. And he was talking about like they're in for the long game with gaming. And so yeah, like
I didn't see that quote come out, but I didn't read the article.
Yeah, but like so, like if they are all in on gaming still for the long term, and they are willing to like put the money up to kind of like make the next console launch a success, then yeah, I think they've got the potential to do something good in the industry, like turn it around for them. But if they don't, if they just go for like the same old, like, you know, we'll let the market dictate the price and whatever, and then, you know, we'll release when it's ready, and if we don't hit it before PlayStation, like, they're not making a comeback in the way that people want them to.
What does making a comeback look like for you, out of interest?
When I say making a comeback, I'm talking like, you know, like you say, the 360.
You're talking about Fanboy Awards, but yeah.
No, I'm talking
I'm
talking the 360 turnaround, like the whole, like, you know, being the market leader in this gen kind of thing.
That's never gonna happen.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I don't think it is either. But like, for them to have any potential of doing it, there's so many things have got to go right for them. Like, again, price has got to be right. Launch has got to be earlier. The amount of games that come with it, and again, some of those games are gonna have to be exclusive as well. Like, do we need a unique selling point for the console?
That's what I think it needs.
Mm-hmm.
I think partly the issue is going to be cross-gen as well. I think we've seen it with the PS5 and the Series consoles, where not as many people are willing to opt to the next thing just because it's better.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I think depending on how that goes with the next Xbox, and I assume the next Xbox will be the same thing of like a lot of the games that come out at first will be cross-gen, and you'll be able to. And I do think that hurts it a bit. But you have FOMO during that beginning launch window. It's how quickly you can get people to want to adopt, because I'm sure they'll have no issues selling out consoles when they first release. I don't think that'll be an issue at all.
There's another comment I saw in the Unlock podcast where it was like, oh, well, the ROG sold out instantly and it cost $1,000. I'm like, yeah, sure. But
it made 12.
It's a very different device. It's a very different device compared to like a full-on Xbox console.
Mm-hmm.
And again, if you're asking people to pay upwards of £1,000, $1,000, whatever you want to call it, it's a lot of goddamn money. Like on the podcast, I was saying, it's not that much money this week on Unlock, and I was like, what? Anytime I spend over £1,000 on anything, my heart is pumping.
Yeah,
always.
Nothing should be 4 digits.
I've never bought a purchase of something where I'm not either sat there and had to think about it for months if it's over £1,000. Other than holidays, that's the only thing that for some reason I am very okay with spending ridiculous amounts of money on, because I love experiences. And I know an Xbox is technically an experience and we get so many amazing experiences out of it, but yeah, anything over £1,000 I need to sit and like have a conversation about. Maybe that's my poor upbringing, maybe that's the cancel estate mentality in me, but bro, if it's £1,000, I need to sit there and justify it in my head for such a long time, more than $8.99, more than $7.99.
Yeah.
Like 1,000, bro. I remember when I started content creation, it was, can I get 1,000 people to give me £1 a month? £1,000 a month. I used to be like, yo, I'm set. 12 grand a year? I used to think I'd be, bro, can you imagine 12 grand a year now? Fucking hell, boys, I'd be in trouble. I'd be in big trouble. I'm not gonna lie.
One stick around.
In big trouble. Because I don't think I can afford that. But yeah, yeah. We've got some more questions coming up about Xbox branding, so let's move along real quickly. This next one comes from
Uplift again.
Let's move along. No, I'm going to move on. Orange Cookie Man, who says, have you heard of the website My 9 Games? Which 9 games would you select for yourself? No, I haven't.
Yes.
And then I put this link in my chat, in my web browser, and it come up in Japanese, and I got scared, and I shut it instantly.
There's an English
There's an
option
option
right
to
at the
switch
top.
it to English.
Yeah.
I know there is, but it scared me.
I have.
That's
I've done it.
fair.
Do you want to know what my top 9 games are?
Okay,
No,
do you
no,
want
no,
to
no.
guess?
Wait. I think this would be a very fun video when we get Matt to like record a thing for this. I think of us trying to guess each other's top 9 games.
Oh, we'll have forgot by then. Like by July when he comes back, we'll have forgot.
That's actually a really good point. Matt will never be here.
Yeah.
A really, really good point.
Wait, so
so
how
many
does it
things-
work? Explain
So you
it.
just
Explain
pick
it. How does it
9
work?
games.
Just pick 9 games
and
that
it's your
define
9
you.
favorite games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just
There
like-
was a
oh,
there was
okay.
It's like your
there was
MySpace top
a
8,
trend going
but-
around for a while.
Oh,
That was very similar
okay.
to this.
I'm down for you guys to guess my top
Okay,
9.
let's
I've got
wait
it in
for-
front of me.
No, let's wait. I think you're right. I think that's a good
Okay.
video. I think it's a good
Yeah.
video. Let's wait.
Okay.
Let's wait. All right. Good question, Orange Cookie Man. We'll use it when Matt's around, okay? Next question comes from Eldozo, who says, a discussion was interesting during one of MC Fix's streams, and he mentioned he wanted Xbox to protect the Xbox brand or something of that nature. My question is, what does protecting the brand look like to the panel? And is what you believe to be protecting the brand achievable? For example, going back to exclusive games, etc., etc. The thing I was talking about protecting the brand is specifically the number one thing Xbox has done so poorly lately is the way they message things. And that has damaged the brand. That's the number one key thing they need to do for protecting the brand, which is when you think of Xbox, you don't think of it as a meme. You don't think of it as pricing going up. You don't think of it as dead console. They haven't done a good job of making Xbox cool. And that is my number one thing I talk about all the time with younger gamers. Nobody is saying let's play on Xbox. Like from people I'm around, like young kids I'm around, it is always PlayStation. You go to a shop and you buy merch in Primark and things of that nature. It is all PlayStation. Like they have branded what being a console gamer is to not only a young audience, but also to adults as well, because of the high level of successful exclusive games they have as well. You know, when you buy a PlayStation, you are locked into that platform and you are going to get high quality games. Now, I think Xbox, some of the games have not been for me, but Xbox have done a great job in the last year of releasing high quality games. The issue is they haven't been games that move the needle. For like, you know, Avowed doesn't move the needle. The Outer Worlds 2 doesn't move the needle. Not the Outer Worlds. What's the game you love? The Grounded. It's a great game. I'm sure it does really well, but it doesn't move the needle. Do you know what moves the needle? Spider-Man. Wolverine. Like whether or not like, Wolverine's not out yet, we don't know if it's going to be good. But even if it's bad, it's still going to sell well because it's bloody Wolverine. Like that's where Xbox have struggled. You know, once upon a time they had big IP that people couldn't miss. Halo's now coming to PlayStation. You don't even need to own an Xbox to play it. That's not protecting the brand, in my opinion. Now, is it achievable? No, I think it's way too late to go back to exclusives at this point, unfortunately for Xbox. And I think that's why this Project Helix will be the final Xbox that we ever get. Like, but messaging and making the brand cool again, and you know, it just comes down to everything. It really does. Like you see, like PlayStation, they sponsor the Champions League, and then you go up London, and they've got like PlayStation bloody like these moments with like a pinball machine, and again they can do this all across the world. It makes the brand more recognizable. When do you ever see this from Xbox? I used to go on about it. Crash will know because I used to go on it every week when I went to the cinema every week. When I used to have the cinema pass, you go and sit in the cinema, you sit down, you watch the adverts. What do you see? PlayStation ad. And I just look at Haley like, how do you let your competition Just have all of that free advertising space all of the time. Madness to me, madness. But yeah, that's what they've got for me. There's certain things they've got to do to protect the brand, and making it cool again is the number one thing. They've got to make it cool. Fresh, how would you protect the brand?
Yeah, I think I kind of agree with you for the most part. I do think messaging and like just sort of the front facingness of Xbox, I think it's been kind of all over the place. I don't think going back to exclusives is something you necessarily need to do to protect the brand. I just think its messaging needs to be consistent, and they need to time their messages and time when they make decisions. Like you can't be telling us one week like, oh, Xbox has the best year it's had in such a long time, where they made so much revenue, and then go to firing people or shutting studios down or whatever the case is, which I feel like they do that a lot. They have like a really good thing, and then they'll be like, yep, and we're firing people because of it. Not really because of it, but that's how it comes off, and I think that hurts the brand a lot. Because like if you talk to people who aren't really into Xbox, and you talk about Game Pass, and you talk about all the good stuff about Game Pass, they don't really care because they don't care about Xbox. So you can talk about the best deal, how good of a deal Xbox is, even or Game Pass is today. Even though I'm not the biggest fan of it, I'd be dumb to deny how good of a deal Game Pass is today, right?
Yeah.
And they just don't care because they don't care about Xbox. And so I do really think it's changing the perception of Xbox at this point to protect the brand. And I think that's kind of a really hard thing to do. And I do think whatever they do with Helix will be the start of it, and they really have to nail it, and they have to like be able to. I think you talk about eating the cost of the console. I don't think it's just eating the cost of the console. I think it's the eating the cost of closing studios. I don't think you can be closing studios around the time this thing launches, even if there's like poor reception to certain things. I think you just have to eat that, and I think there is a lot of prices they'd have to eat to do that, and I don't know if they'd be willing to. So I don't know if it's fully feasible, to be honest.
Yeah. Beast Bomb, hit me.
I can't. You're in London. You're so far away from me. I don't want to, but
problem.
Yeah, it does. I kind of agree. Yeah, I think so. For me, it's the contradictoriness of it all. Like they need to stop contradicting themselves. So again, like we had it with when they started talking about exclusives and what isn't going to be an exclusive. Like, oh, these 4 games are going to be exclusive. Oh, actually, it's going to be a case by case basis. Oh, actually, it's pretty much everything. And it's the way that it changes every week or every month, and then it's just so many like contradictory statements of like it needs to be clear what you're buying into. So for anyone who's outside Xbox right now, and it's like, and they've watched all this happen, it's just like, yeah, but what am I? If I get an Xbox, what am I buying into? Because is there a reason for me to buy into an Xbox? Because like, I mean, the games that I want to play are probably going to show up somewhere else, or if I buy these games to support these studios are probably going to get closed anyway. And it's just like, be clear and concise and stick to a plan. Don't like chuck it around and like change it 6 months down the line, which I know isn't always possible. Like things change and plans change and stuff, but like have a long-term goal plan and stick to it so that people know what they're buying into. When it comes to the Helix dropping, it's like, tell us exactly what it can do, why we should buy it, and stick to that plan of like, this is what you're getting now, and this is what you're going to get in 6 months' time to a year. Like, this is the plan, and we are sticking to this plan. This is the reason to be on Xbox. Give me a reason to be on Xbox. It might not be like as clear cut as it used to, like this is the place to come for exclusives, but like, give me a reason to, put my faith in an Xbox. That's all I need.
Yeah. Agreed. Good combo. Good conversation. Last question comes from Trusty Turtle. It says, apologies if this has been asked before. Is there a game series or even a genre that you have always been interested in but have never jumped into for whatever reason? I think a series that I would love to jump into is RTSs. I think RTSs are one of the coolest genres to ever exist. I really wanted Anno, the new Anno game, to be the one that got me. It has co-op, it has a story mode, it has everything that I want into it, but it's also probably the biggest time sink that one will ever have to deal with. And I think that's what scares me away the most. Anything Crimson Desert, right? Which we've been talking about that earlier on the podcast, and it's like, it's big, and I'm there like, oh no, it's big, and I'm like, it's big, and I'm just like, I don't know. Like, and I think that's the same thing I have with RTSs. Like, there ain't no one who's an RTS player who's there like, oh yeah, and it's 40 hours. It's like, no, Mark, no, that's a 100-hour experience, and you're gonna love it, and it's like nothing you've ever experienced before, but it's a big experience, you know?
It's a
So
big experience, and to get the best out of a lot of those sorts of games as well, it's not a one-player experience as well. So it
no.
is an experience you need to like make time with for 3 or 4 other people. It's basically like the struggle of running like a D&D or something like that.
Oh
Like
yeah,
the same level of
absolutely.
that. Like this is the day we're gonna play. This is how long we're gonna play. We're in for a long night of gaming or whatever the case is. So yeah, I
Yeah, get your snacks ready, get your drinks ready. We're about to go to war, and you better be ready for that. That, and then the other one is MMOs. I've always played MMOs very lightly. Got into Final Fantasy Online pretty lightly. I got to the first dungeon, absolutely loved it, and then the next thing comes along and I can't play WoW. Played a tiny bit of WoW with Crash back in the day, and loved it because again I love those type of games. But obviously, because of the nature of my job, and you think, oh, you play video games for a living, so what does it matter? MMOs and RTSs, you have to be an MMO or an RTS creator. Otherwise, your content just doesn't do well. So it's not a genre. It's not like an action game or a survival horror or any
You
of
can
these
skip
other
around
games.
the
Like
games
you
in the
could just
genre, yeah.
you could do whatever you want. Like if you want to play RTSs, you better be prepared to be the RTS guy. If you want to be the MMO person, you better be prepared to be the MMO guy. And that's kind of those are my two big genres of like. I love everything I see of them. I just either need to commit and never play anything else ever again, or leave them alone. And that's kind of why I've gone with leaving them alone.
Valid. I think for me, the main one, again, it's a genre that I've played, but I've never had chance to put enough time into it, is tactical shooters. So things like Rainbow, things like Valorant, Overwatch, and things like that. Things that were like, you have to learn a character and you have to learn the maps and like those kind of things. Like I'm fine with like, I could pick up and play an arena shooter or a battle royale and just like pick up, done. I know what I'm getting into, but like having it learn the movements and all that kind of stuff of like, I know this character's got these abilities, who do this thing, and I know what the rotation of those abilities should be.
I say rotation hole should be here. Yeah,
those kind of things. Like I want to learn how to do those, but again, and I think it's the biggest problem for any genre that we want to get into. It's a time sink. It's like you've got to learn those things. You've got to take the time to learn those things. God damn, there's too many games to play.
100%.
Yeah,
100%. Crash.
Waifu games.
I have one.
You play
I'll be
everything. To be
honest.
fair, you
I do play everything.
everything.
That's what I'm saying. Like if I have an interest in it, I'll generally play it and put time into it. So I don't think there's really one where I'm looking at like a genre or a game of like I thought, oh, I'd really like to play that. I've never, there we go. I need more waifus in my life.
I've got a game called House Party, Crash. You may be interested.
House Party. Okay, you know what? Next week on this podcast,
do not play on
stream.
stream.
Can't talk about on this podcast, Crash.
Yeah,
can't talk about on this podcast.
Can't talk about on this podcast.
Can't talk about on this podcast. Oh no,
that's unfortunate.
I mean, you can play it, but also lock your door. Make sure no one can walk into your room because it's about to get crazy. Let me tell you. Put it this way, Crash. I was playing House Party one time, and I forgot that my Discord shows that I was playing House Party, and I got a message from Ant being like, "You're disgusting." I'll leave it there, Crash. I'll leave it.
Say
there.
no more. Say no more.
Okay. Got it.
But yeah. Good question. Very, very good question. Not one we've had before, I don't believe.
Yeah.
So thank you very much, Trusty Turtle. We appreciate the question. Let's plug, or not plug, because Despawn's got this to say.
If you want to get into dating sims, you should definitely check out Doki Doki Literature Club.
I've heard good things about that one.
Great.
Oh, it's a really, really good game.
Really good dating sim.
Oh,
I don't think anybody can explain why it's a good game, because if you explain why I played it on stream back when I used to stream.
Oh.
Yeah. It's one of those games, like, no jokes aside, like, it's one of those games, like, you cannot explain why it's as good as it is, but it is...
Without ruining it.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
You should play it, Fix. It's great.
I would, but so much Rainbow to play.
True. All those MMOs that you want to get to, and RTSs.
Honestly, don't. I'd love to play fire. Yeah.
Come play WoW with me.
Bro, I'd love to. I generally the only way I could play WoW is if I played in the evenings and I played it off of the My Xbox and Me account.
Yeah,
Like
okay.
potential. I don't. No, because we should just play Final Fantasy then.
WoW's better.
Why have you got to be like this? You like Final Fantasy?
I don't like. I like Final Fantasy as a concept, but I don't like the MMO. I've played the MMO. I don't like it.
Years. You've not played it in years. It is, and Crash has played both and put lots of hours in both.
Yeah, you know why he likes it? Because there's more waifus in Final Fantasy.
But you haven't. But okay, hear me out. When was the last time you played it? You played it on your own. You played it on your own as well.
No, I didn't. I played it with my friend.
You haven't got any friends, sharp. Let's put myself out of it. Diesel, start with you. What you got to plug?
My Patreon, where you pay for me to go to London to smack Fix in the face. No.
Start a GoFundMe.
Yeah, start a GoFundMe. I'm going to plug something we don't plug that often, but the Patreon. Give us money.
Oh. Yeah, it's plugged every
right,
of the show.
I mean, it does get at the beginning of the show, but never at the end, and that's where it's important.
No, yeah.
No, do it. Come support us. Come get some cool stuff. And yeah, we want to do loads of interesting things throughout the years. I know we've got a few things that we still want to do, but yeah, we will definitely want to do more stuff. So if you like what you hear here, and you like things like the D&D show that we did, come check that out. Yeah, just patreon.com/MC Fixer.
MC Fixer
at the MXAM fan club.
At the moment. And the MXAM fan club, it is there. You can go check it out. Yeah, no, it'd be nice to get more support financially. Again, if you do enjoy this podcast, Patreon is the best way to support us. If you don't want to support there, we have YouTube memberships and we have obviously Twitch subs as well. But Patreon is the best way to support the channel. So please do consider doing so. I'll plug. I'm plugging the YouTube. Go subscribe, man. I'm sick of being at 1,700 subscribers, man. I'm sick of it. If you're somebody who listens to this podcast and you enjoy this podcast, go and check out the YouTube channel, please. I beg of you. Because I'd love to get to 2,000 subscribers. Just so we're off of 1,700. That would be lovely. Pretty please. From the bottom of my heart. Please, 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 please. Crash, what you got to plug this week?
Podcast reviews, namely Spotify podcast reviews. You can't read the reviews, but I just checked. We have 20 reviews for the My Xbox and Me podcast on Spotify, and it's a 4.7 rating.
I reckon we could get higher.
Yeah, I would talk about the Apple podcast reviews and tell you guys that you guys should go kick your nan down the stairs, steal their phone, and leave a podcast review over there. But I'm not going to do it because we still have not gotten a new review over there. So it's just not going to happen. I'm not going to tell you to go steal someone's phone, kick someone else's nans down the stairs, take that phone and leave a podcast review. I'm not going to tell you to do that. You should not do that.
But if you want to, that's totally up to you.
Yeah.
We're not going to tell you.
Good point. I do like that you have to listen to an episode of the podcast before you can review the podcast on Spotify.
That's interesting.
Oh, really? I did not know that.
No, me either.
I mean, they should be doing that anyway.
I mean, yeah. But, you know. All right, boys. Until next time, we will love you. We will leave you. We'll see you later. Good boys.